Hello, welcome to the channel. It's Daniel Sellers. I created this channel to share my journey into health, nutrition, mindset, and learning so that I can share my journey to help others and to help myself track my progress and see where I'm going and where I'm heading. I just want to announce how grateful I am to have these beautiful people in my life. This is my baby. She's 7 days old. She's beautiful. And this is my beautiful woman here, Georgia. So I recently completed a course in vegan and vegetarian nutrition via Center of Excellence, and this is my experience and reflection of the whole thing. So my partner Georgia found this course on Facebook, and I thought it'd be a great thing to get into. I'm very interested in nutrition. I've been vegan nearly 2 years now, and when at the time when I seen it, I thought that'd be great to do. I've done it gradually. The great thing about the course is that you can do it in your own time. Through Center of Excellence, you can do it you can take as long as you want doing it, and there's no time limits or deadlines, which is very helpful when you've got a busy schedule, busy life, or you're not very good at prioritizing. It's good for that. I started the course in around January and finished a few weeks ago, so I took my time with it, but I really dove into the information and focused greatly on taking in all the information because I was very excited and interested in it. So I wasn't going to just skip ahead. With these courses, you can really take it for what you want to take it for. So you can just skim through it and you can easily pass. But if you really want to take in all the knowledge so that you can use it for your life in the future, for my baby, for example, I want to give her the best nutrition. So it shows you how to do that, how to feed a vegan child, and also my partner who was pregnant at the time, it was really good to know about how to increase iron levels and things like that, like vitamin C and how it pairs and increases iron absorption. That was really helpful to know. So it very much helped right away in my life. So just to run through what was in the course, Module 1 was focused on the types of veganism, why people go vegan or vegetarian, and what was the history behind veganism and vegetarianism. It had some interesting stuff. It talked about the ancient Egyptians and how there's history showing that they were living on predominantly plants, which I don't know if you recently heard the new documentary, The Game Changers. They talked about how the Roman gladiators were eating predominantly plants, and that's what fueled them, which is crazy to hear. And you wouldn't even think that they would be doing this sort of thing. You wouldn't even consider it. You'd think, oh, it's a new thing. It's only been around a few years. No, it's been around a long time. They've been going vegetarian, vegan for many hundreds of years. Module 2 talks about the benefits of veganism, so it goes through the nutritional benefits to health, to skin health. It talks about the physical benefits, how you get increased recovery and things like that. One of the great things it talks about is how diabetes, for example, is you get a 78% reduced risk of diabetes through eating a plant-based diet. Now that is crazy. You cannot deny that. That is insane, an insane percentage. Module 3 is focused on the myths around vegan vegetarianism. So it talks about, for example, the protein myth that you won't get enough protein, how you can get enough protein, and then it talks about obviously how protein, animal products, the majority of people's diets contain too much protein, and all them excess animal proteins will just be overtaxing the liver. It also talks about complete proteins, which is a commonly talked about one. I actually seen on an article the other day who were talking about complete proteins as an argument against Game Changers documentary. And guess who was at the top of the article title? The Beef Magazine. No surprise there. It goes through the China study, it goes through vitamin B12 and the myths around that and the truth around that, and also it goes through calcium, the concerns about that, and iron. And it goes through some good sources where you can get your calcium and iron from and how much you get through each plant food, which is very good knowledge to have. It reassures you and it empowers you with the plant-based knowledge. Module 4 talks about what's needed for a healthy, balanced diet. So it goes through nutrition and exercise and water consumption. But it shows the food pyramids, so the vegetarian and vegan food pyramids. And one thing I found interesting about that was on the vegetarian food pyramid, they recommended no more than one serving of eggs. Now, one serving of eggs is one egg, so no more than one serving of egg. Well, there's no surprise there with the cholesterol levels. Moving on. So it goes through all the macro and micronutrients. It talks about LDL cholesterol in fat sources, and it talks about all the different sources of micronutrients, the sources as well as the amounts needed. It goes quite in depth with that. I took a lot of time to memorize all these, and as well as all the benefits as I went through the course. You don't have to do that at all. You can just reference back to them in the future. But I was interested in it, and I wanted to memorize some things so I could use when talking to people, or even just when I'm making something. Oh, I'll add a bit more vitamin C to this, and spice it up with a bit of magnesium. It's good knowledge to know if you're as well if you suffer with a certain thing, oh, I need more vitamin C or I need more magnesium. It's just good knowledge to have. Oh, I could do with some more calcium, so I'll chuck some spirulina in, whatever. Module 4 then goes through the recommendations on creating meal plans, which is very, very helpful stuff actually. You can use it to help people around you and even move on to do nutrition plans for people. There is no actual um, certification needed to be called a nutritionist in the UK. Just to let you guys know, that doesn't mean you should go out there and brag about how you're a nutritionist and set yourself up to fail your clients. You've got to be careful with that. Insurance, all that business, be careful. It then goes through all the different ways you can transition a client. So one of the ways is to go vegetarian and then vegan. One of them is to go cold turkey vegan. The way I did it, I just went cold turkey vegan and went to all the junk foods first. Now that's a good way to transition actually. It's a good way to ease the transition. Going to junk foods and then slowly working your way to whole foods is a great way to transition. And the other way of transitioning was gradual transition, where you slowly swap things out, and as you move along, and then you eventually eliminate your most favorite animal products. Module 5 goes through the client's medical history, their goals for change, and their relationship with food so that you can assess and choose what is best for the client. It's good information, it's good to know. So Module 6 goes through special cases like pregnancy, children, and bodybuilding. Very useful stuff because I could apply the children and bodybuilding so I could be prepared for my child and for my partner who is pregnant at the time. On Module 7, it goes through creating a treatment plan. So it talks about addressing symptoms, and it's got some good insights in there on how I could help clients in the future, because it talks about how you can do food diaries where they can write down their symptoms on there, which is a really good idea to like find the link between foods and symptoms. So I find that really effective. Module 8 talks about how to structure the therapy, how to do classes, workshops, and how to do one-on-one sessions, the consultation process, and what is needed to set up. Module 9 goes through the business and marketing. Very helpful. It's good if you want to become self-employed. I think this site, the Centre of Excellence, is very much focused on business education and self-employment education, which is a really good market to have, especially learning your own time is very useful for that area, because people are running a business or they're planning on setting up a business and they've got a busy life, they want to reduce their hours. You ain't got much time to sit down and study, so they might not be able to meet deadlines, and committing to something like that can be very difficult for someone in that position. So I find that very useful. The last module, Module 10, was 3 case studies for a pregnant client, a client with diabetes, and a vegan bodybuilder. So it went through all these different cases, like with a persona and a goal that needed to be reached, and how they address the client. So it was really good to see how a nutritionist would approach it. I also learned some valuable things about diabetes and how they should eat low glycemic foods, And then I read a bit into glycemic foods, did a bit of research, and found it quite interesting. Good knowledge to know about like white potatoes, high glycemic, sweet potatoes a bit more low. Very helpful knowledge to know. Another good thing that I learned through like researching into that is that if you eat past 7 o'clock at night, it raises your glycogen levels. So it's really good to eat before 7 o'clock, eat within an eating window, which I've applied to my life. I follow a eating window now, and I feel much better for it. My overall thoughts are the course was great and it was useful to me. My criticism would be that on the first module they did not mention anything about the environmental side of vegan vegetarianism. They didn't mention environmentalism as a motive for going vegan, which it is crazy because obviously it's a very big reason for going vegan, vegetarian, definitely vegan anyway. So that was my criticism for the course. Another criticism would be that if you're trying to use it to get a job, you're probably not going to have much good luck researching a bit into the certification that's provided. It probably wouldn't get you a job in the area. It's good to get some good knowledge and decide whether you want to get into a certain subject. It may also be good to get, say, a promotion as well if you just want to learn more about an area that you want to expand into in your workplace. That might be helpful because you do get something called CPD hours, which I'm not sure the full use of it, but you can show it to your employer to show how long you've been working and studying on a certain subject. So there you go. That is my review and reflection of the vegan and vegetarian nutrition course, nutrition diploma on Center of Excellence. If you guys want to expand your knowledge and maybe consider whether you want to get into vegan vegetarian nutrition, or just maybe it's good if you're already, say, a personal trainer or a nutritionist, but you're not too sure on the different sources and you want to know more about veganism. It's a good course for that because you learn about the sources, how to maintain a balanced vegan diet, but it's also in your own time. So if you've got a lot on your back and you just want to learn slowly and gradually, learn at your own pace and do in your own time, then it's very helpful. I recommend it, and it's still on offer at the moment. It seems to be always on offer. So the courses are like 30 something pound at the moment with a certain discount code. So just look up the coupon code for the Center of Excellence courses, and I think they're all 70% off at the moment. They seem to be like half of the year. They're 70% off, probably their sort of marketing scheme. But there you go. I would recommend you give it a go, depending on your situation, but obviously take on board what I said about them.